and he Snapchats her and says, "You're so pretty." That she got in the car with her mom, and they was all leaving, and she said, "Mom, he sent me a Snapchat that said you're so pretty." Her mom said, "Don't worry about it. He's drinking. He don't mean anything by it, but don't make a big deal out of it because he's coming to stay the night." Snapchatted me. I said, girl, no, get him off there. I don't matter if it's a cop, a coach, a teacher. You don't have grown-ups on Snapchat on a platform that deletes messages. Snapchats, he confirmed the reason why he said you're so pretty is because she's beautiful. He texted another little girl, Snapchatted her and said cute toes. I didn't send the audio to Monday because I'll be honest, like, nobody did nothing. He still had a gun and a badge on.
What's good, YouTube's BBcast, back again with another video and another reaction. And in today's video is a little bit different video than what I normally do, but this father right here had to deal with some crazy stuff when it came to this chief deputy Jacob Shook out in Arkansas, Johnson County, I believe, where he was messaging or Snapchatting, whatever you want to say, texting his daughter. Mind you, his daughter is 14 years old, so the fact that a chief is texting, you know, a kid is already weird enough, but the stuff that he was saying was also weird. So I'm gonna watch what the father had to say, get my reaction. Let me know what y'all think about the comment section. Let's get into the video.
Telling me that she was scared, and finally she's like, "Dad, I want to tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this." And I said, "Okay, what happened or what?" And she said, "Jacob Shook Snapchatted me and said you're so pretty," and I couldn't even move. I was just sitting on the couch, and I just told myself, "Be calm. Don't freak out. Let her keep talking and just kind of listen and be there for her."
And your daughter is?
She's 15. We keep on saying she's 15. She was 14 at the time. She turned 15 in February. She told me that Jacob Shook, when they was at her mom's friend's house, Talon's, that while they was playing Uno, and this is how crazy this is, there's a group of people all around this table, and he Snapchats her and says, "You're so pretty." And I asked Elizabeth what she said back, and she said, first she got scared, and I said, "Elizabeth, you're not in trouble for any of this. I don't care if you played into it or nothing. You're a kid. This ain't got nothing to do with you. But we have to get to the bottom." She goes, "I said thank you," and he sent me another snap, and I left him unopened. And so I didn't ask her what it said at the end. She said she got in the car with her mom, and they was all leaving, and she said, "Mom, he sent me a Snapchat that said you're so pretty." Her mom said, "Don't worry about it. He's drinking. He don't mean anything by it, but don't make a big deal out of it because he's coming to stay the night." So I didn't know anything about this. Elizabeth slipped up back in January or something.
I don't mean to be ugly, but you're not supposed to be on this side.
Oh, we're just trying to get. Oh, I appreciate you.
Then back in January, now I heard it. I called him that first time on Wednesday. That's when I learned about it. And then I got a hold of him on Thursday. I heard in January that she was talking to my wife, and she goes, "Yeah, Jacob Snapchatted me." And I said, girl, no, get him off there. I don't matter if it's a cop, a coach, a teacher. You don't have grown-ups on Snapchat on a platform that deletes messages. Get him off there. She went home and she told her mom that, "Hey, Dad said I got to delete him off there. He's getting weirdo vibes from him." Erica, she said, Elizabeth, my daughter, said to her mom, "Don't say anything in front of me, but can you tell him that I have to delete him?" Because she didn't want to delete him with him pretty much staying there, because he would come in the house and be like, "Elizabeth, you deleted me," you know, and she didn't want to feel that way. And so
this was a group chat.
No, this was this
individual.
Yeah, him and her.
Just the two of them, nobody else involved.
No, just the two of them. So
the sheriff is claiming that this was a group chat.
Oh no.
That was a family group chat.
No.
It wasn't.
No, it was him and her.
Okay.
And Erica said something to him about it. Said, "Hey, her dad's getting weirdo vibes about you Snapchatting her." And he said in a cocky and arrogant way, and I confirm this with everybody that knows Jacob, he told my daughter, "Does your dad know who I am?" Elizabeth said he said it in a cocky, kind of intimidating way. I asked his wife and I asked his fellow employees, "You know him. Do you think he said it cocky and arrogant, or do you think he didn't?" No one could say otherwise. They knew he said it cocky. He scared her. He left there, and he Snapchatted her instantly and said, "I'm a weirdo, ain't I?" And That was pretty much all it was on the messages, and Elizabeth never played into it. But like I told Jacob Shook, is I feel like we was one smile away from him doing something to her that was irreversible. And honestly, what he already did is irreversible. Like I didn't think Elizabeth was really affected by it. She told me the other day, like, I was trying to send her to Walmart to get some bread because I'm kind of lazy. I got a 15-year-old daughter. She can go in and get the bread a lot easier than I can. And she goes, Dad, can you not send me in Walmart anymore by myself? And I said, yeah, that's fine. And we had a talk the other day, and she goes, Dad, a couple weeks ago you said if I wanted to see a doctor, I could. Well, she asked me the other day, I think it was yesterday, if we can go ahead and set her up to see to talk to someone.
Counselor?
Yeah, because she said, even though you've told me my whole life that you got to be careful for guys like this, she goes, I had no idea. She said, now every time I go into Walmart, every time I see a grown man by themselves,
in this video right here, this is where he came to address the court about the situation, and you could just hear like in his like voice that nobody was really trying to help him. So let's watch.
The people knows who I am. I came in on August 1st to give a report of Jacob Shook grooming my daughter, sending inappropriate Snapchats to her. I called him on the 1st. I called him at 4 p.m. on the Johnson County phone. I was respectful. I have that recorded. I said nothing but yes, sir, no, sir. I asked him a question. I asked him why he Snapchatted her and said, I'm a weirdo, ain't I? And he said, let me call you back, or can I call you back? I said, yes, sir, you got my number? He confirmed my number with me, and we got off the phone. He never called me back. On the that Friday, on the 2nd, I went down there. I walked into the sheriff's department place. I walked into the other side. I didn't know which side to go. I've never been down there. I walked in there. There was a trustee. I walked up to the glass window, and I said, am I in the right spot? Jacob Shook walked in. He said, you looking for me? I said, yes, sir, I am. He stuck his hand out to shake it. I said, I ain't shaking your hand. He pulled me in a closet. Now, they're going to say it's some kind of office. It may be an office. That's not where you go to do a statement. That's common, Sheriff. That's not where you go. There was cops knocking on the door as I'm talking to him. Can I put my gun in there? Can I put my gun in there? He's putting his gun on the desk in between us as I'm telling him what he's doing. He never denied sending her Snapchats. He confirmed the reason why he said you're so pretty is because she's beautiful. He texted another little girl, Snapchatted her and said cute toes. I recorded this because when I called him and he never called me back, I knew he was going to weasel his way out of it. I knew it was going to be a cop's word against mine, so I recorded it. I knew I was going to take it in there to that sheriff, and the sheriff was going to say, what? You're done. You like kids. You can't be up here. I recorded, after I did all that, you hear at the very end of the audio, one of the cops tried to tell me to be quiet and push me out. I got a little vocal about that. Jacob Shook is telling him to be quiet because he knows that he's the one that's in wrong, but ain't nobody saying anything to him. They're only telling me to go and me to be quiet. I catch 2 cops outside. I recorded them. I told them what happened. There was no jaws dropped when I said Jacob Shook's pet. There was no like, no way. There was nothing. I told him what happened, and I said he told me to come back Monday at 10 a.m. On the recording, you hear my wife asked to do a written report. He said come back Monday at 10 or email it in. That's what he said. I asked several officers to get the sheriff. I went inside. I talked to the county clerk. I asked her for him. I asked Officer Nicely for him. Nicely came out at the very end and said, I'm sorry. I thought he had 1 meeting, but he has 3 and he can't come out and see. He'll give you the number. I confirmed my number with me. By the time I made it to Russell, he called me. I gave him everything that I just told everybody. I told him about the Snapchats, the date, the cute toes, the call before, all of that. And he said, okay, send me the audio. We're going to look into it. I didn't send the audio till Monday because I'm going to be honest, like, nobody did nothing. Nothing. He still had a gun and a badge on it. And like, no, the sheriff should have, I don't know what meeting was going on, but for it to be the chief deputy, it could have ended. Okay, for everybody, I got a lot more. I got proof of every single thing. If y'all want to meet me outside, I'll give.
Situation is actually wild. And then also, this is what the news had to say about it, and basically where we're at right now.
January 23rd, Johnson County Sheriff Tom Hughes named Jacob Shook Chief Deputy.
I made the choice to move him to Chief Deputy because he had the same goals that he stated as me, which is improve training, improve the way the department works, bring on automation, all the things that have been left behind.
Now, almost 7 months later, Shook has been fired from the sheriff's office for a policy violation. While it's unclear what led up to his firing, Hughes says it's unrelated to another ongoing investigation into Shook.
Well, honestly, I received an actual written complaint about Mr. Shook yesterday. At no time before in all the time I've been here.
Hughes says 2 weeks ago, Shook told him a man confronted him, accusing him of sending inappropriate social media messages to his daughter. Jacob Goodwin tells 5 News he's the one who confronted Shook.
My daughter informed me that Chief Deputy of Johnson County Sheriff's Department, Jacob Shook, when he was with her mom, started sending her inappropriate text messages.
Goodwin says he's been working to seek justice for his daughter. It all came to a head during Thursday's Johnson County Quorum Court meeting when the allegations were brought up. Hughes says he then received a written report from Goodwin about Shook, but Goodwin argues otherwise.
This is me texting the sheriff. I show people this because he is saying that I didn't make a report. The reason why he never started a report or an investigation is because I never gave a formal complaint. But you can see on the dates that he is letting me know that there are people, detectives and investigators assigned to this.
Sheriff Hughes says Arkansas State Police are investigating the allegations brought forward by Goodwin.
And that's the end of that video. My take on that, man, like out of that whole entire situation, it's like a very wild situation. This is one thing that really stuck out to me right here.
I didn't ask her what it said at the end. She said she got in the car with her mom and they was all leaving. And she said, "Mom, he sent me a Snapchat that said you're so pretty." Her mom said, "Don't worry about it. He's drinking. He don't mean anything by it, but don't make a big deal out of it because he's coming to stay the night."
Like that's so weird that her mom said that. Like, you know, I understand that the sheriff definitely needs to get whatever needs to happen to him. Gets fired and everything. He suffers the consequences, but it's like no one's really saying nothing about how the mom just let that go. You know, like that's really one thing that really stuck out to me. But in that entire situation, that's a horrible situation. I hope that dad does get justice. But let me know what y'all think about the comment section. How do y'all feel about this? And how do y'all feel about this entire situation with this sheriff deputy? Like I said, I hope he gets fired and never becomes a sheriff anywhere again, because that's just weird. Like, what? And the fact that he was like definitely trying to use his power when he was saying, "Does your dad know who I am?" Like, bro, what? But that's my take on it, though. Let me know what y'all think about the comment section. Make sure to like and subscribe, and y'all have a wonderful day.